Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field. We are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Set to kick off.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is Joe Mixon, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football, overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From the 31, Locke. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
56,
Shotgun snap to Locke. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A gain of 22.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. It's Mixon on the counter, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He was brought down by Bud.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Block working out of the gun. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
2nd and 7. Lock eluding the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's locked. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So after the INT, here's Wentz. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Amari Cooper, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
On the return, Deontay Harris. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Deontay Harris on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Bud Dupree just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He's going to wind up and air it out. This is intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
To number 45.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him. As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Here we go. Sweet! 46 down, man. 5-4.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. This one into the hands of Burton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Again, the ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will make our score 9-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
56, Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a handoff as they run left side. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 81.
Now Wentz on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, Deontay Harris. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try to put the football in one.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Was felt also by the defense.
On that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Joe Mixon. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Locke. And he's got his man on the out route. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
The handoff to Joe Mixon.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Locke flushed out right, and he's going to keep it here. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Finding Knox there, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Mixon. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football, and we just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Block. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll go down at the 28. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jalen Smith, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete. It was Mika Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And this returnable for Harris. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
42-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, one thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Mixon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Joe Mixon.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Houston.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Texans.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. A final shot before half for Locke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the 3rd quarter of action. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Give it here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? And now here's a carry heading left.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wentz, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Wentz now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bilal Nichols. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Texans.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd and 15 now. Locke working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. 16 yards, a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
56. Mike, 56.
On first down, Locke. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. his throw here's incomplete.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
On second down, here's Mixon. And down to the 36-yard line here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Locke, flush to his right. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Operating from the gun. Block. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Bud Dupree picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And they're back within 8. It's 15-7.
Makes the score Jaguars 15, Texans 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
1st and 10.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
This shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Wentz. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
On 3rd down, Patterson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
At the 2-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain.
So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Block. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Houston.
Lock now on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety off the left.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
The ball carrier.
He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on third and about 14.
A gain of 4 brings up third and 14.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 43-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Second and 6.
From the 22, Locke going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Clock now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. The turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jags, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that